Let's start with the first exercise. 4 times a number, because it says a number, we should assign a variable. So 4 times x decreased by 5 minus 5 would be 67. So if you set up an equation, then it's very easy. So now solving this equation, you add 5 to both sides. You get 72, divide by 4, x is 18. Next, 3 times a number increased by 12, 3 times a number, so 3x increased by 12 is equal to 5 times the number, so it's the same number, we should use the same variable, is equal to 5 times the same number decreased by 18. If you set up equation, again, it's very easy to continue on. So adding 18 and subtracting 3x, you get 2x is equal to 30. Dividing by 2, x is 15. The sum of a number and negative 13 is 29. A number, x, minus, actually it says add minus 13, which would be the same answer, but doesn't matter. X minus 13 is 29. You add 13 to both sides and you get x is 42. Next, the sum of twice a number, so the sum of twice a number, 2 times a number, and 21 is 43. So 2x is 22, and that makes x 11. The sum of two consecutive integers, if it says two consecutive integers, like if the first one is x, the next one would be x plus 1, of course, because consecutive means one after another. So that means the sum of these two consecutive integers should be 95. So we have 2x plus 1 is 95. We subtract 1 from both sides, you get 2x is 94, which leaves x as 47 actually. 47. The sum of 4 consecutive integers is equal to twice the smallest integer increased by 48. So if the first of these consecutive integers is x, next one would be x plus 1. Next one would be x plus 2, of course. You keep adding 1. So 4 consecutive integers would look something like this. X plus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3. So the sum of 4 consecutive integers is equal to twice the smallest, and the smallest one of these is x. So twice x increased by 48, so plus 48. If you set up the equation, the rest is easy. On the left side, you have 4x plus 1 plus 2 plus 3, that's 6, is equal to 2x plus 48. So that makes 2x is equal to 42, and that makes x 21. So find the biggest. This is not the biggest, this is the smallest. We need to find x plus 3. So x plus 3, which was the biggest, would be 21 plus 3, that would be 24. The sum of two numbers is 25 and their difference is 17. So if there are two numbers, so we should assign two different variables. X plus y is 25. And then the difference, let's say x minus y. It can be also y minus x, but it doesn't matter. So because these are two equations with two unknowns, we know that it's going to be a system. Now, in this case, if you just add them side by side, what do you get? You get 2x is 242, which gives us x is 21. If x is 21, then substitute in either one, either here or here, it doesn't matter. So let's substitute on the first one. So 21 plus y is 25, which leaves y as 4. So x is 21, y is 4. The sum of two numbers is 80. So x plus y is 80. Again, two numbers, maybe those numbers are different, maybe it will happen to be equal. The larger number is 5 more than twice the smaller number. Let's say the larger one is x. There is no difference at all. You can change, you can take it as y. So the larger number, let's say x, is twice, the larger number is 5 more than twice the smaller number. So it will be twice the smaller number plus 5. So 5 more than that. Find the numbers. Well, again, this is a system. In this case, we can clearly use the substitution method because we have x expressed as y in this case. So in terms of y, what do you get? The second equation will remain as it is. So the first one, we will have 2y plus 5 plus y is 80. And that gives us 3y plus 5 is 80. The second equation remains still as it was. So 3y is 75. And here still remains. And you get that y is 25. If y is 25, now we can substitute on the second equation, which was 2y, but now y being 25 means 2 times 25 plus 5, which finally gives us y is 25 and x is 55. One number is 7 times another number, so x is 7 times the other number. The larger number, so here the larger one being x, the larger number is 42 more than the smaller number. So x is 42 more than y. You can write it 42 plus y or y plus 42. Well, we can solve this one by substitution. We can substitute the first equation on the second or the second on the first. So 7y is 42 plus y. That leaves us with 6y is 42, which is y 7. And if y is 7, by substituting maybe on the first equation, it's easier, you get that x is 49. In an election, the winner had 180 more votes than the loser. The total number of votes was 2080. Find the number of votes cast for each candidate. So let's say we have candidate X and candidate Y. So the winner had 180 more votes than the loser. Let's say X was the winner, so and Y the loser. So the winner, the votes for the winner were 180 more than for the loser. And the total number of votes, so the number of votes that the winner got and the number of votes that the loser got, if you add them up, it should be 2080. This, of course, is a system. You can clearly see we can use the substitution method, and you get y plus 180 plus y by substituting this value here. You get this should be 2080. So 2y is subtract 180, that's 1900. That leaves us with 500 and 950. So the loser got 950 votes. What about the winner? Well, the winner got 950 plus 180. That gives us 0, 3, 0, 3 carry 1, 1130 votes. A concert was held in a school. Student ticket cost $5 and a regular ticket cost $8. The school sold 284 tickets for $1,600. Find the number of students. Let's say there were S student tickets and there were R regular tickets. So student tickets plus regular tickets should add up to 284. And now for the cost, a student ticket costs $5. So 5 times a student ticket plus a regular ticket costs 8. So 8 times a regular ticket. This should give you the total amount of money that was received by selling these tickets. So it is 1,600. This is a system. We can solve this system in different ways. maybe we can multiply here by -5 to make the coefficients in front. This is as. So to make these two coefficients the same. So what do we get? We get -5s minus 5r is equal to 1400 and 5 times 4, 20, carry 2, 5 times 8, it should be 1420. 5s plus 8r is equal to 1600, like this. All right, so now if you add them side by side, what do you get? 3r, because negative 5s and 5s cancels. You get, sorry, here it's negative. If you add them side by side, you get 180, which leaves r 60. So there were 60 regular tickets. And if there were 60 regular tickets, it would be better if you substitute here r. So you get that s is 284 minus 60, which means there were 224 student tickets. 2/5 of a pool was filled with water. After pouring out 5/7 of the amount of water in the pool. So we are, let's say the pool is something like this, deep, and we have 2/5 of the pool here filled. So this amount from here to here is 2/5 of the pool. This is not a number 2/5 like liters, it's 2/5 of the pool. That means the remaining is 3/5 of the pool. So this is empty, no water, and this part is here is with water. But then it says we are removing 5/7. We are removing 5/7 of this water. So this water drops down to somewhere here. By how much does it drop? Well, we know that it removes 5/7 of this amount here, not of the total amount. So how do you find by how much did it drop the water? Well, it dropped 2/5 times 5/7. So you multiply the amount of water that was there times how much you remove from that amount. So it's 2/7. So it removed 2/7. What does that represent? This height from here to here was 2/7. And the leftover part, this is the part that remained with water. All right, now it says 62 liters of water was needed to fill the pool completely. So if you want to fill now this empty space here, if you want to fill this, there are 62 liters. All right, so 3/5, let's say x is the total amount of water in this pool. 3/5 x, which is this empty part here, plus 2/7 x, which corresponds to this part that was filled but we emptied. This should be filled with 62 liters of water. All right, now that we set up an equation, it's kind of very easy to solve. So the least common multiple would be 35, and 7 times 3 it's 21x plus 10x it's 62. So 31x over 35 is 62. Now that leaves us with x is 62 times 35 over 31. I think we can cancel here by 2 and you get 2 here. So 2 times 35, which gives us x is 70. So there are 70 liters in total. So the capacity is 70 liters. A fraction is equivalent to 5/9. What does that mean? Let's say the fraction has numerator a and denominator b. That means a over b should be 5/9. And when 3 is subtracted from its numerator being a, so a minus 3, its value is 1 over 2. So the denominator didn't change. That means this is 1 over 2. Now this should be a system. How do we know? Well, if you cross multiply here, you'll see that it will be a linear equation. So cross multiplying results into 9a is 5b. On the second equation, if you cross multiply, you get a minus 3 is b. All right, we can solve this system. Let's just make it a bit better. So b is 2a minus 6. Now we can use the substitution method to substitute here. So using the substitution method, you get 9a is 5 times 2a minus 6. So 9a is 10a minus 30, which leaves us with a is right, 0 is a minus 30, which is a is 30. So a was 30. If a is 30, you take a and substitute, maybe here it's better. So you get b is 2 times a 30 minus 6. So b is 60 minus 6, it's 54. Now the question is not to find a and b, it says find the value of the fraction if the denominator is increased by 6. So let's see what will happen if the denominator, so we don't want a over b, we want a over b plus 6. A is 30 and b is 54 plus 6. That's 30 over 60, which is 1 over 2. Great. Let's continue with the second part of chapter 1.6, which is age problems. Karim is 3 times as old as Semi. So let's use K for Karim's age, and it is 3 times as old as Semi. So K is 3 times S. In 4 years, he will be twice as old as Semi. So in 4 years, Karim will be K plus 4. So in 4 years, he will be twice as old as Semi. So it will be twice Semi's age. But Semi now, it's not S years old. He will be S plus 4 years old. And this is again a system. We use substitution method in this case. It's better to use the substitution method. So instead of K here, we can substitute 3S. So you get 3S plus 4 is 2 times S plus 4. So 3S plus 4 is 2S plus 8. Now, subtracting 2S, you get S plus 4. So S plus 4 makes 8, which means S is 4. So Semi was 4 years old. Substituting here on the first equation, you get K is 3 times 4, which means Kevin was 12 years old. Murat's age is 4 less than twice Kemal's age. Murat's age is 4 less than twice Kemal's age. So Kemal's age times 2 minus 4. Great, we found the first equation. The second one, in 10 years, so after 10 years, now Murat will be 10, m plus 10, and Kemal will be k plus 10. So in 10 years, Kemal's age will be 2/3 of Murat's age. But Murat is not m years now. He will be m plus 10. Again, this is a system. We can use the substitution method here. Substitute here. So what do you get? You get k plus 10 is 2 over 3. And now instead of m, we can use 2k minus 4 plus 10. So the rest is just solving this linear equation with one unknown. So it's 2k plus 6. Let's multiply by 3. Multiply by 3, you get 3k plus 30 is 2 times 2k plus 6. Getting rid of these brackets, 3k plus 30 is equal to 4k plus 12. Um, Subtracting 3k, you get 30 is equal to k plus 12. Subtracting 12, you get k is 18. So Kemal was 18 years old. If Kemal was 18 years old, then Murat was 2 times 18 by substituting here. 2 times 18 minus 4. That leaves us with 36 minus 4, 32 years old. So next, the sum of Kerim's age and twice Serdar's age is 34. So Kerim's age and twice Serdar's age is 34. The difference between Serdar's age and twice Kerim's age, so Serdar's age and twice Kerim's age difference is 7. Now this is a system of two linear equations with two unknowns. If you multiply one of these equations, like the first one you multiply by 2, you can use the elimination method. So you get 2k plus 4s is 68. So s minus 2k is 7. Now if you add them up, you can clearly see we have two opposite coefficients here, and this will cancel out. So we have 5s, because 4s and 1s is 5s, is 75. That after dividing by 5, you get that s is 15. So Serdar's age was 15. That means if we know Serdar's age, we can substitute in one of these equations. So let's say here k plus 2 times 15 is 34. K plus 30 is 34. K is 4. So we get 4 years old. Next, in 1999, Aisha was 3 times as old as her son. So Aisha was 3 times as old as her son. Let's use as for her son's age. That year, the difference of their ages was 22. So Aisha, of course, being the mom, would be the older one. Aisha minus her son's age would be 22. This is a very simple system of two linear equations with two unknowns. We use substitution, so you get 3s minus s is 22. So 2s is 22. Dividing by 2, her son's age is 11. Great. If her son's age is 11, you substitute here and you get that mom's age was 33. Perfect. But is that the question? Well, the question says in what year each was born. So in what year was each born? Let's see. The way you find at what year you were born, if you know your age and at a certain year, you just subtract 1990 minus how old are you. So in this case, the son, it was 11 years old, so you subtract this and you get he was born in 1979. Son's birthday. All right. And mom's, Aisha's birthday, actually birth year, 1990 minus 33, that's 1957. Aisha. Right? These are not birthdays, these are birth years. Selim is 6, Salih is 10, and Omer is 13 years old. How old will Selim, Salih, and Omer be in 8 years? This is so obvious. Selim would be 6 and 8, that's 14. Sally would be 10 and 8, 18. And Omar would be 13 and 8, 21. A father's age is 10 more than the sum of the ages of his two sons. So let's say the father is half years old. So the father is the sum of the ages of his sons. Let's say his first son is X and the second son is Y. So 10 more than this. But then it says 8 years ago. So 8 years ago, F minus 8. So 8 years ago, his age was 3 times. So it was 3 times the sum of the ages of his sons. So 3 times X plus Y, is it? But no, why? Because 8 years ago, his sons also were 8 years younger. So that means X minus 8, Y minus 8. Now you can clearly see we have two equations with 3 unknowns. It shouldn't have a solution, but the question is only find the father's age and not his son's ages. So we get on this point X plus Y being F minus 10. So we can clearly see subtract this negative 10 from both sides. And why do we need this? Look at the second equation now. F minus 8 is 3 times X plus Y minus 16. Oh, we can use the substitution method. So we can substitute this here. And what do you get? You get X plus Y is F minus 10. And the second equation, F minus 8 is equal to 3 F minus 10 minus 16. Oh, now the second equation is an equation that's dependent only on F. So a linear equation that we should solve for F. So F minus 8 is 3 times F minus 26. So F minus 8 is 3 times F minus 60, 78. Now subtracting F and 80, adding 78, you get 2F is 70, dividing by 2. The father's age is 35. We were looking only for father's age, so that's it. Next, the sum of the ages of Fatma and Levent is 46. So Fatma plus Levent is 46. If we subtract 2 from 3 times Levent's age, so 3 times Levent's age, we subtract 2, we get Fatma's age. So if we subtract 2 from 3 times Levent's age, we get Fatma's age. Again, we can use simple substitution. So instead of F, we can use 3L minus 2. So what do you get? You get 3L minus 2 plus L, it's 46. That means 4L minus 2 is 46. 4L is 48 by adding 2. That gives us Levent's age being 12. If Levent is 12 years old, that leaves us with Fatma plus Levent, which is 12. It's 46. Fatma is 34 years old. 5 years ago, Ahmed was 3 years older than twice Fatih's age. So 5 years ago, if Ahmed now it's 8 years old, so Ahmed 5 years ago was A minus 5, was 3 years older than twice Fatih's age. So 3 years older than twice Fatih's age, twice Fatih's age, plus 3. But Fatih, before 5 years, he wasn't F years old. He was F minus 5. In 7 years, so in the future, in 7 years, Ahmed's age will be 9 less than 2 times Fatih's age like this. How old are Ahmed and Fatih? Now, if you try to solve this equation, you'll see that it kind of doesn't have a solution. So there is a problem with this exercise. You can skip this one. Word problems. Amina can do a job in 6 hours and Aisha can do the same job in 3 hours. How long will it take them to do the job if they work together? We have to think in terms of work rate. So how in 1 hour, what part of the job will Amina finish, and also what part of the job will Aisha finish in 1 hour. So in 1 hour, Amina will do 1/6 of the job. And for how long does she work? Well, we don't know, so let's say T. Also, Aisha works, so 1/3. She works also T hours, same amount. And if they work 40 hours, they should finish the whole job, and the whole job being one. How long will it take them to do the job if they work together? So this is a linear equation with one unknown t. You can multiply by 6. There are different ways to approach. So if you multiply by 6, you get t plus 2t is equal to 6. 3t is 6, so t is 2. They will finish the job in 2 hours. One printer can print a collection of documents in 45 minutes, and the other printer can print them in 30 minutes. How long will it take them to print the documents if they work together? Again, we need to think in terms of in 1 minute what part of the job will be done. So the first printer in 1 minute will finish 1/45 of the job. And the second printer will work rate, or how long will it take to finish the job, is 1/30. How long will these printers work? Well, we don't know. For that, we assign T for time. And what part of the job should they finish if they work together? It says the whole job, so 1. Now, the rest is, well, we need to multiply by 90, the least common multiple of 45 and 30 being 90. So you get 2t plus 3t is 90. That means we have 5t is 90, t is 18. So in 18 minutes, the job will be done if both of these printers work together. Hussein can do a job in 4 days. Ibrahim can do it in 8 days. Hassan can do it in 6 days. Hussein and Ibrahim work together until they finish half of the job. Let's finish this part of the exercise first. So Hussein's work rate is 4 days. So in 1 day, he does 1/4 of the job. How long will they work? We don't know, so T. Also, Ibrahim and Hussein, they will work together. So 1/, in 8 days, his work rate means it's 1/8. In 1 day, he will finish 1/8 of the job. For how long will they work? Well, we don't know, so T. Now, they don't have to finish the whole job, so they work together, Hassan and Ibrahim. They work together, but they only finish 1/2 of the job. It says here, so half of the job. Great. Now, if you multiply by 8 both sides of this equation, you get 2t plus t is 4. So 3t is 4. That leaves t is 4/3. Great. But now, the rest of the job, it says then Hassan comes to help them. So now Hassan also joins. Now, how long will they work? Well, what was the work rate for Hussein? It was 1/4. For how long will they work? Now together, let's say it's t. But to not get confused with two different variables t, we will assign this one t1, 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 so time 1. And the other one, we will assign it time 2. Plus, Ibrahim's work rate, again, it's 1/8 T2, and Hassan's work rate is 1/6. Also, he works for T hours long. And this should finish, well, it says they will finish the whole job, but the time that they work together won't finish the whole job. It will finish half of the job that wasn't finished from Hussein and Ibrahim together. So it will finish only this half. Now you multiply by 24, and what do you get? 62 plus 3t2 plus 4t2 is 12. 12. Now, when you add them up, you get 13 T2 is 12. That means T2 is 12 over 13. So in 4 over 3 days, uh, Hussein and Ibrahim will finish the first half of the job. And then if Hassan helps them, the rest will be finished in 12 over 13 days. So what will be the total? Well, the total would be 4 over 3 plus 12 over 13. This is just adding fractions, so that is least common multiple is 39. You multiply 4 times 10, 40, 52 plus 36, that is 88 over 39 of a day. Great. Next. Yunus and Yusuf can do a job in 8 days. Let's assign for Yunus' work rate as 1 over x. So 1 over x plus Yusuf's work rate 1 over y. It says that if they work together, they will finish it in 8 days. So their work, if you add up their work rates, it would be 1 over 8. Yusuf and Ali, now to not mix up these names, so Yusuf was 1 over y plus Ali 1 over z. This would be 1 over 6 because it says in 6 days they will finish the job. Now Ali, which is 1 over z, plus Yunus was the first one, so it's x, 1 over x. If Ali and Yunus work together, they will finish it in 12 days. Perfect. So now, how long will it take Yunus, Yusuf, and Ali to do the job if they work all together? So that practically asks what is 1 over x plus 1 over y plus 1 over z. It's asking for the work rate of 1 over x plus 1 over y plus 1 over z. Now this is a special case of an equation. Like if you just add up all these sides, what do you get? You get 1 over x plus 1 over y plus 1 over y plus 1 over z plus 1 over z plus 1 over x is 1 over 8 plus 1 over 6 plus 1 over 12. Now, the left side, it's 2 times, because it's 1 over x and 1 over x, that's 2 over x. So it's 2 times. All of these are repeated twice. And we need to add up the right side. What do you get on the right side? Least common multiple being 24. 3 plus 4 plus 2. Let's continue here. So you get 2 times 1 over x plus 1 over y plus 1 over z is 4 and 5, 9 over 24. We can simplify a bit by 3, so it will be 3 over 8. Great. Now, if you divide both sides by 2, you get 1 over x plus 1 over y plus 1 over z would be 3 over 8 times 8, normally divided by 2. That means we multiply the denominator by 2. So 1 over x plus 1 over y plus 1 over z is 3 over 16. Well, this is the work rate, and if you recall, like if the work rate was 1 over 6, like here, for example, that means they can finish the job in 6 days, the inverse of the work rate. So if they all work together, they will finish it in 1 over 3 over 16, their work rate. So they will finish the job in 1 over this amount. So that is 16 over 3 days, this being the main fraction. Next. Murat and Mustafa can do a job together in 15 days. After they have worked together for 5 days, Mustafa leaves the job. Alright, so Murat and Mustafa can do a job together in 15 days. What is their work rate? 1 over x for Murat plus 1 over y for Mustafa is 1 over 15. Now, after they have worked together for 5 days, Mustafa leaves the job. So they work for 5 days. That means 1 over x times 5 days plus 1 over y times 5 days. And they leave the work, so we get 1 over, we can factorize a 5, 1 over x plus 1 over y. You get 5 times 1 over 15, so it's 1 over 3. What does that mean? 1 over 3 of the job is done in those 5 days. So then Mustafa leaves the job. Murat completes the job in 16 days. All right, now his work rate, if Murat will finish the left part of the job in not 3 days, it says in 16 days. Murat's work rate times how long does he work? He works for 16 days. We'll finish the rest of the job. Well, if 1/3 of the job is done, that means 2/3 are left. Great. So now we just need to solve for x here. We can cross multiply and you get 3 times 16 is 2x. Divide by 2. X is 8 times 3, 24. So Murat himself would have finished the job in 24 days. But the question is not how long will it take Murat. The question was how long will it take Mustafa to do the job alone. So we want to find actually y. Well, we can substitute on the first equation here. So what do you get? You get 1 over 24 plus 1 over y is 1 over 15. Well, 1 over y being 1 over 15 minus 1 over 24. We can multiply here by the least common multiple, which should be 120. So all right, let's add the fractions. It's the same, but maybe less writing. So I think 120 divided by 15, it should be 8 minus 5. So we get 1 over y is 1 over y is 3 over 120. We can simplify. 1 over y is 1 over 40. So Mustafa will do the job in 40 days alone. Pipe A can fill a storage tank in 7 hours, and pipe B can fill it in 9 hours. How long will it take them? If to fill the tank if they work together? Well, the pipe A works for 7 hours, can fill it in 7 hours, so its work rate is 1 over 7. For how long, we don't know, t. Plus the second pipe B, will fill it in 9 hours alone. So how long will it take to fill the tank together? So we want the whole tank 1. Now the least common multiple being 63. 6t plus 7t is 1. 16t is 63. That leaves t is 63 over 16. Great. Next one. Pipe A can fill 2/3 of a pool in 4 hours. Well, we can't say the work rate of this pipe is 1 over 4 because it only fills 2/3 of the pool in 4 hours. So how long will it take to fill the whole pool? Well, if it fills 2/3 in 4 hours, that means it fills 1/3 in 2 hours, which means it fills 3/3 in 6 hours. So it is uh, in its work rate is the whole pool in 6 hours. Work rate, pipe A's work rate is 1/6. Great. Pipe B can fill a quarter of the pool in 4 hours. So if it fills 1/4 in 4 hours, multiplied by 4, it fills 4 quarters, which means the whole in 16 hours. So pipe B's work rate is pipe B's work rate is 1/16. Drain C at the bottom of the pool can empty the full pool in 20 hours. So pipe C's work rate is 1/20. Now, how long will it take to fill the empty pool if both pipes and the drain are working? Well, for how long will these pipes A and B work, also the drain C? Well, we don't know, so 1/6 times T plus, because we are adding, because these add water to the tank. But then we have to subtract 1/20 for how long? For T hours. Why? Because we want this pipe C to drain water, not to pour water into the tank. Now, if you set up the equation, the rest is easy. We need to multiply by maybe let's multiply first by 16. So what do you get? You get 16/6t plus t minus 16/20t is 16. Simplify a bit. We get 8/3t plus t minus 4/5t is 16. Then we need to multiply by 15, and we get 15/5 times 8, 4t, t plus 15, t minus 3 times 4, 12, t is 250. So 43 t is 250. That leaves t as 250/43. So 250/43 hours. Ferhat can work twice as fast as Barbaros. So Ferhat's work rate, let's say Ferhat's work rate is 1/f. That gives us Barbaros work rate, Ferhat's work rate being 3 times Barbaros work rate. Barbaros can work 3 times as fast as Tuncer. So Barbaros works 3 times as fast as Tuncer. Now, working together, they can finish a job in 4 days. So if they work together, they can finish the job in 4 days. How long will it take Ferhat to do the job alone? So 1/Ferhat plus 1/Barbaros plus 1/Tuncer would do 1/4 of the job, so 1/4 of the job. So now we want to find Ferhat's work rate. Now clearly we can substitute here 1/f as 3 times 1/b substitution. Now if you want to solve this equation, we can use 2 different ways, but I recommend from this equation here, maybe we can get Barbaros work rate in terms of, Tuncer's work rate in terms of Barbaros work rate. So just divide by 3, you get 1/3b is 1/t. So now substitute t as 1/3b. 3b here, it's 1/4. Right, the least common multiple is 3b, obviously, because we have b, b, and 3b. So now here we need to multiply by 3. 9 plus 3 plus 1. that is 1 over 4. All right, so 13 over 3 over 3b is 1 over 4. So from here we can inverse this fraction. We get 3b over 13 is 4. Maybe you can write over 1. Multiply, you get b is 4 times 13 over 3, which is 52 over 3. This is Barbaros work rate. But we are looking for, actually not work rate, for how long Barbaros will uh, finish the job alone. We are not looking for Barbaros work rate or how long will he finish the job. We are looking for Ferhat. So 1 over Ferhat's work rate is 3 times 1 over Barbaros work rate. We can kind of cross multiply here and you get 3f is b, so f is b over 3, and finally f is 52 over 3 over 3. That means it's 52 over 9. Hopefully there is no calculation mistake.